Hello, how are you? I am back again. Ooh, my neck is itching. Ooh. And I've just filmed a video on Atelier Cologne's Cafe Tuberosa, and in that video I talked a lot about how much I love Atelier Cologne's Tobacco Nuit, and I thought maybe it's time I just sat down and did a little video about Tobacco Nuit because it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. It's smoky and joyful and opulent and delightful, and I love it, and it's part of their Oriental collection, and I just think it's wonderful, and I think it's time we discussed it a little further. So here is my bottle. It is actually in one of the Atelier Cologne's leather cases. I don't know if I've shown you these before, but yeah, they're really cute. You can just like get these little travel leather cases. I don't really know what the point of them is, apart from the fact that they're quite chic, but I like them. They've got Atelier Cologne stamped on them in one side, and then you can get your name embossed on the other side, and I think they're really cute. They do come in all the colours of the rainbow, but for some reason I really like this colour, so I went for this colour. So inside the leather case is my perfume, and it is actually not in a clear bottle, this one. It's in a painted bottle, so I don't actually know how much is left. I don't know if you can hear, but like I think it's about half full. So it's got the name on the side, Tobacco Nuit, and I'm gonna wear it again because I'm already wearing it. It's so good. Ooh, I love it so much. So the top notes include clementine, cumin, and coriander, heart notes of tobacco flower, labdanum, and incense, and base notes of patchouli, cedarwood, and tonka bean. As for the description, Selfridges describe it as, "This night, the jazz club was full and the notes effortlessly emerged from the saxophone. A beautiful dark-haired woman approached. Her appreciation for the melody was no secret. Confidently," so funny, "confidently she softly spoke to him, a moment he could only dream of. Part of the Oriental collection, Tobacco Nuit, Eau de Parfum, is a warm and enchanting composition with mysterious notes of tobacco flower, clementine, and labdanum." So I don't know why I'm finding that description so funny, but I think it's just like, I don't know, I just think it's funny. Oh, it's also £55 for a 30ml bottle. You don't have to spray much of it. You can really just get away with it, like one, maybe two mists of it. I go a little bit hardcore because, well, that's just me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I just mist away like it's oust. Febreze, that's oust would probably give me burns. I've just realised that's the stuff you descale a kettle with. Anyway, so this perfume, like I said, it's got the tobacco, it's got the clementine, which is kind of fresh and juicy and orangey. It's got the cumin, which adds just a little bit of spice. It's got the coriander, which is kind of like a little bit green, a little bit spicy. I think the cumin is more obvious than the coriander, but both are kind of just like this beautiful, spicy deliciousness. It doesn't have that curry vibe, just in case you're wondering. It is just kind of like a really, really, really lovely, smoky, spicy vibe. There is a lot of tobacco, and you can definitely kind of smell that tobacco, but it doesn't smell like a smoker. It just smells more like raw tobacco, but like in a really nice, more incensey kind of way. It does also have incense in it, and also it's got a lot of patchouli in, which is like earthy and groundy. And the tonka bean and the patchouli are both kind of like quite earthy, quite powdery, quite just groundy. Do you know what I mean? Just groundy, woodsy, earthy, deep, dark, quite mysterious. They're both quite heavy. You really do get a sense of that kind of like earthiness, but in a really deep, dark, delicious, kind of just lovely, lovely, lovely way. It is a unisex perfume, but I would categorize it as more of a masculine fragrance than a feminine fragrance. Obviously, I picked it out for myself, but as you probably know by now, I do really, really, really love a more masculine fragrance. This is one that I share with my boyfriend. He loves it for traveling, more because it's quite a small size bottle. But you know, it just packs a punch, it makes you feel good. It's quite intense, it's got a little bit of sweetness, it's kind of ambery, but mostly it's just kind of like smoky A little sweet, a little spicy, earthy, woodsy, leathery. It's got that real, it's got a real jazz vibe. It's got a real dark bars kind of vibe. I'm not sure it makes me think of a woman coming over and softly speaking to me, but it does really give me like all the feels. Do you know what I mean? Like all the feels. And I just really love it. I think it's truly beautiful. Don't be put off by the fact that it is technically a man's fragrance. I think it's unisex. It is kind of described by Atelier Cologne as unisex, but I think people like Harrods and Selfridges, when they categorize it into either men's or women's, they will put more into men's. But let's be honest, it's all fluid, man. It's all good. In terms of comparing it to Cafe Tuberose, I would say they're both quite smoky, but I would say this one kind of has the edge for me, if I'm honest. I think there's just something really deep and intense and complex, and I just love the kind of the spiciness and the smokiness, and I don't know, there's just something about it which I just truly love. Not that I don't adore the Cafe Tuberose, I do love that one, but I just think this one, I don't know, it's one of my top 5 fragrances from Atelier Cologne. It really just warms my heart. Do you know what I mean? It just warms my heart. If you don't know Atelier Cologne perfumes already, I would 100% say check them out. They are amazing. They just make the most wonderful fragrances. They are kind of known for their more light, bright citrus fragrances, but I have to say I do think they're kind of darker, more smoky, more intense, more incensey and ambery and oudi fragrances are just as like well done. Like they might be famous for the lighter, brighter ones, but it doesn't mean that they're not incredibly skilled at making the darker, more heavy fragrances. And they really are master perfumers in my mind. I love what they do. I think they're amazing. If you are fans of brands like Jo Malone or Shea and Blue, brands that make kind of like quite simple but really elegant and wonderful fragrances, then I would definitely say check out Atelier Cologne. And if you're also a fan of Roger, who I love with all my heart, like I would say this one is kind of reminds me of maybe, I think it's 1, 2 or 3 of the Roger collection. And I don't know, there's just something kind of deep and dark and intense and really classic about this one, and I love it. I think it's fabulous. So if you are a fan of any of those things, do check this one out. It's beautiful. I know that you can get it from, I think, House of Fraser on Oxford Street, and you can also get it in Selfridges and Harrods, and I think it's in Space NK. I can't remember. They've also got a shop in London as well. I'm sure if you Google it, it will come right up. But yeah, I just really love it. So I thought I would do a video about it, and I was gonna make it like a 2-minute video, but I can see I have waffled on about this one for a long time. And if you are a fan of like more light, bright, citrus, fresh fragrances, I would say look out for Clementine, California, or Pomelo, or maybe Pacific Limes, because they're all really wonderful. They've also got a great fig fragrance, and they've got a wonderful vetiver as well. Anyway, that's my video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I will see you again soon. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It would be lovely to see you again. And yeah, have a lovely evening. Goodbye.